You are followed by. I'm gonna say that you know, Baja is with you, but he's just remained quiet, being a little bit somber. As Irina follows you guys out, she kind of turns around, looks at the city, and says, "You know, I had thought we were doing some amount of good. I don't know. We weren't exactly successful in, well, anything we did." And she seems a little bit, maybe a bit mixed between disappointed and kind of ashamed. As you guys, you get a sense that she isn't really happy about how everything kind of went down. Um, but you watch it, she kind of like squares her shoulders and turns to you and goes, "Well, onward to Lake Zarovich then, unless anybody has any other ideas."
Any other ideas?
Um,
Or is that what you want to do?
I don't know. I know you wanted to go back to the house, but like, I don't know how we're gonna put out all those fires. Plus, Phoenix isn't
Would
here.
Baja's ability to control dirt be able to put the fires out? Or are
Baja's
we...
ability, Baja's control dirt is a cantrip that can manipulate 5 cubic feet of dirt at a time. That's most likely not good enough. Like it's not a very powerful. It's a cantrip first of all, so it's not exactly like the most powerful magical spell.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so most likely, I mean, he can do something with it, but like how long it'll take probably wouldn't be worth it. Like it'll probably take hours to even put out like a small section of a fire.
He's right.
Like you're not you're it, again, it's a cantrip. It's not like
What about
not like
all
a
of
fifth level
us? Like,
spell.
I don't know. Trying to think of ways we
Like
can
what?
put the
Like
fire
you
out.
grab some shovels and start digging. The
Mm,
I mean, you could
just
try. Like, so from what you can see right now, the flames are massive and people are running through the streets riding. It's imagine like the French Revolution but on crack. Because there's like, people. There's a mix of people using weapons and
Red no.
taking down guards.
Red
You saw
no.
some magic fly left and right. As apparently the magic users within the city having suppressed the magical use throughout no, Lord, Morning Lord knows how many years has just kind of unleashed magic upon the city, as well as like, swords and like fires and pitchforks and farming utensils and stuff. Um, I mean, you could probably try to go back. I'm not gonna say no to it, but
It's just.
it's just that's a lot of stuff to Deca.
you know,
Deca.
Yeah.
You realize if we lose the bag of holding, we lost all the rope you paid for.
I mean, I still
You don't
have
want to.
10 feet on me.
You don't want to try and get the bag of holding back.
I mean, I
Like
think
we
we
know where
do
it's
need it,
at. We just need to
but
search the house and find a way to search it with
It's on
wouldn't
safely.
the house be
fire.
burned to the ground by now?
No, it hasn't been that long, has it?
in game, let's see. You guys walked from here. I'll put you guys back onto the map so you guys can see. You guys walked from. So you guys are to the north right now. You guys are right there. You guys walk out, so you guys are right at the city gates. The burgomaster's mansion is all the way. Wait, no, it's not that one. That's not.
Yeah.
Burgomaster's mansion is like like directly south. Going from there back up to the northern gates, that takes about 30-45 minutes of just walking. If you run, you could probably get there in 15 minutes, but I'm gonna have to make to roll some Constitution saving throws because you're sprinting pretty hard. Um, I and by the time you get back there, I'll be rolling to see how much of the fire has destroyed the building, essentially. As well as other damage around the area.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel like
You can try. I
even if
am
we
not
get
saying that you
there,
can't. Yeah, I'm
How
not
much are
saying that.
might
bags
be
of
lit on
holding?
fire
Like
already.
you mentioned it before, I just don't remember.
How much the bag of holding what?
Like if they were in a shop for sale, how much would they be?
Let me double check here. Magic items, bag of holding. Let's
I mean, it
see.
pretty much just has the rope in it.
No, it has magical armor and it has both sacks of magical armor from Jarzinka's shop.
Damn, she's gonna be mad.
Bag of holding is
It's filled with a
on
lot of magical
average,
stuff.
A bag of holding is flat like 3,500 to 4,000 gold pieces.
It's less than what I thought but still, it's expensive.
That's more than
Um,
we've ever touched.
Yeah.
That's more than we've made. In
I
this
say
entire
we
game so
try.
far.
I don't want to lose all of Jarzinka's items. All of her items are worth 3 bags of holding.
Yeah, but how are we gonna put out the fires and then even
We
if
started taking cloths to it, like.
lots to it. So
that's
I mean,
gonna
you
make the
could
fire
try.
grow, you idiot.
No, it
You can
depends on the
try, but
fire.
you can try, but based off of if you remember, the fires kind of consumed most of the building. It's like the Burgomaster's mansion is probably the
We don't
most
even know where it
attacked
is.
place.
We know
right?
it's in
Like,
there somewhere.
It's by far the most damaged place, right? Like people remember they burned him at the stake essentially. I would say logically, from what you know, it should be the most damaged building in all of Valaki. Right next to like I don't know, the Smithery or the Reformation. No, right, yeah, up next to the Reformation Center. Those two are probably the most destroyed buildings in all of Valaki, either looted or like just ablaze.
The thing is that
All right, I'm
why are
leaving it up to
we-
you two.
Why are we gonna risk our health? Like, I get it. Like, there's a lot of magical items in there that would help us, but we're gonna be having to throw Constitution saving throws, and that's purely like just like on luck. Honestly,
Imagine
Right.
you get knocked out in that building, like you're fucked.
yeah.
Yeah, and
you're
I'm
be
gonna roll
screwed.
fire damage.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, like you will be consumed by like essentially.
And then one of us is gonna have to get you,
there's
and
fire.
you
There's
know,
fire.
if we end up not rolling well, we'll be down too. Like, it's not gonna be a good situation for us.
I mean, you could try maybe finding allies, but at the moment you don't know where these allies are.
Did we see? So walking from the Burgomaster up, we would have passed Blue Water Inn, right?
Yes, you guys saw
How
that.
jacked up is that place?
I remember describing that the Blue Water Inn, both floors were ablaze. You guys, I remember telling you guys that you didn't see the Mardikovs anywhere. You know, the owners or their kids, but you know, flying around the area, you saw like mixed with birds as well as other like sort of wildlife. You saw ravens like flying above the building, and you saw. I think I said you saw a group of guards being essentially attacked by like an angry mob of village, like Valakians.
Right in front of the Blue Water?
No, just like around, like
Just
there's
in general.
Essentially, yeah, there's like
Oh, okay.
chaos.
I thought you were
around,
saying
like,
all that was right in front of the inn. I was like, no.
The inn was attacked and it was ablaze when you guys ran past it. That's all you guys. I don't think you guys stopped to like double check or look back.
No, we hadn't.
So I was just like, it's ablaze. This is what you see as you ran past.
All right, I'm leaving it up to you guys. We go up for the route, or we stay and try to fix things.
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
Deca,
Uh-huh.
what's your vote?
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be possible to get the bag of holding.
No, stay. So I said stay and fix things, but I guess it's the same thing. Route or stay.
I think we should go get the root.
To the route.
All right. Sweet. So,
So
with that
we're
decision
leaving.
made, Irina nods and she's like, "All right. Yes. I guess. Well, let's just pray for the people of Valaki then." She kind of gives like this very dry, sort of sad chuckle.
I'm sure we'll
alright,
be
cool.
back.
Yeah. Hopefully the fires are put out soon. And I'm gonna put you guys onto like a like a travel map as well as an atmosphere map.
Ooh.
And essentially, you guys are standing on the this sort of crest, like a hill, basically looking down into a burning city. And that's what you guys kind of see as you guys make your way northward, following a road that looks very similar to the roads that you've traveled on, the old Savalich road. This road seems a little bit more well-traveled, maybe a little bit more well-maintained. You get a sense that probably, a lot of Valakians come through here, leaving, entering the city. The mist here is a lot lighter. There's actually not as much mist as to the south, but you continue to travel. I'm gonna have to ask, because now that we're traveling, I'm gonna introduce a new mechanic. I didn't really do it the first time because you guys were new, but now that you guys are level 6 and pretty used to the game, A, who's leading? Who's leading the march? So
Marching
that
order.
person's obviously gonna like have to roll perception and stuff. And your pace. We can either go at a slow pace, medium pace, or normal pace, or fast pace. A slow pace allows you to roll for stealth. A normal pace is just a normal pace. You don't get to roll for stealth. But you're not going to fast pace. A fast pace, you go faster, but you get disadvantage on perception, and you are considered not in stealth. But you'll go there faster. Currently, without a map, you guys do not know how long it'll take to get to Lake Sarovich.
So I did specialize in perception, giving me a +9.
My perception is a +8. No, wait, that's persuasion. Perception's a +5 for me. So yeah, Deca can take lead. Hop on, Deca.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Yeet.
What pace are you guys going?
I guess average walking speed, or yeah, no,
Yeah, you
no
want to just
rush.
do a normal walking speed?
Yeah, I wouldn't go slow, so normal's fine, I guess.
All right. Let me. I have a Excel sheet that describes.
You're gonna have to roll for.
Yeah, go ahead.
perception,
Go ahead and roll
Deca.
for perception first, Deca, and then I'm gonna pull up my travel.
Roll for perception. Gonna roll a 20.
It was almost a 1, man. That's not tip.
Yeah, it's close to rolling on the 1, but I think that's a decent perception.
That is a pretty decent perception. All right, so, you guys start to march. Pushing out from the town of Valaki to Lake Zarovich. You traveling at a normal speed. You make pretty decent time. You travel for actually about 10-15 minutes. I suppose, are you guys talking, bantering, or just kind of like in
Can
silence?
I start reading the Tarot card thing?
Yeah,
I think-
you can. You could start. You really don't get to roll until you have a full hour. But we could say that you
okay.
start because it's only been 10,
Okay.
15 minutes. Before you guys start, the hill that you guys are on starts sloping down, and you start hitting a very dense part of the Valley of Valaki. That's the area that you're in. Irina kind of like points out some of the differences, saying how a lot of the trees here are a lot larger and they have more foliage. I hear that the boars and the venison north of Valaki are some of the best in all of the land. I guess we don't really get that much near the village. And as you guys walk, and watch, you guys see some wildlife, squirrels, a couple of ducks kind of flopping in a V formation, in the sky, and you continue your travels on the road, and things are relatively quiet. The cloudy skies actually seem rather bright today, and trees rustle lightly in the breeze to your left and your right. The ground beneath you actually appears pretty solid, given all the rain that occurred the previous couple of days. Though occasionally you do kick up some dirt and earth that clings to your boots and your shoes. Deca, with your perception of 16, you guys approach a sort of a bend, a rightward bend, curve in the road, and you notice a man watching from you from the trees as you move past. He doesn't really move, but you can, out of the corner of your eye, you can see that he has these kind of like startlingly green emerald eyes, and it kind of tracks your movements as you start to approach. You're the only one that spots him at the moment, as your allies. I don't think any of your passive perceptions are that high, so your allies don't really
So
take notice. You're the only one that notices at the moment. What do you want to
what
do?
would be a difference between my passive wisdom perception and
So passive perception is if you're not actively using perception, like marching or saying, hey, I want to use perception to see in the dark. That's what I'll use if someone's about to sneak attack you.
My passive perception is really hard or really high.
Yeah, how is it that high?
Yeah, I'm a bit confused.
What is it?
19.
He rolls nat 20s on perceptions every time. Without even rolling.
Oh no, right. No, that's right. You do have a passive perception in 19. Yeah.
Deca doesn't even have to
Does
roll anymore. He
does
just walk.
expertise count? I don't. I think expertise does count for you. So yeah, you have a passive perception in 19. So basically,
Does that mean I can take a 19 or roll?
no. Passive perception is like, it's like how Baja has the alert feature where he can't be surprised. It's just instead of him not ever being able to be surprised, you have a threshold. So if I roll stealth for this guy that's watching you, right, and he rolls like a 19 or less, you would notice him. But if he rolls higher than a 19 or a 19, you still wouldn't notice him if you aren't actively looking.
Deca,
Mm-hmm.
are you proficient in same with you, Moonchild, in heavy crossbow or light crossbow?
I am proficient in light
No, just hand.
crossbow.
You do not have one?
I do not have one now.
Okay, then I will give her my light crossbow.
Sweet.
Oh, okay. So wait, sorry. Say that again. You're giving Moonchild.
I'm giving
your light
Moonchild
crossbow?
my light crossbow, yeah.
All right, delete it from your inventory, and I'll
Already done.
Said he has
He's adding
emerald
it.
eyes.
Okay.
Because that way he
Yeah. Give me 1 second while I deal with the light crossbow. Also, Moonchild. Just a heads up. If you look under your attacks and spellcasting, I added a global AC modifier for your mage armor. So basically, do you see that box?
Oh, wait, I'm gonna look at it right now. Give me a second.
Yeah, sorry. Let me address that real quick because it is a new thing.
It was
So under
for
your
mage
core?
armor, right?
Under your core sheet, right under attacks and spellcasting, you should see a box right above your gold that says global AC modifier. It should say mage armor and 3. Do you see that?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, so when you cast mage armor, you can click that check mark.
Okay.
You can just click the check mark and your AC should go up. But because mage armor can only be cast without any armor, you have to go down to your leather armor and uncheck the box. You get it?
Okay. Yeah, I get you. So it's either one or the other, right?
Yeah, it's either one or the
Okay.
other.
Yeah, got you.
Without
the leather
also,
armor.
yeah, you don't have your bag of holding, so I'm gonna delete it from your inventory.
Yeah, that's fine. So without the leather armor, what was it? I don't know what my AC was. Not sure.
It should have automatically updated once you pull it out.
Do you have your leather armor? I don't see it.
Yeah, it's. Oh.
Yeah, studded leather armor.
Oh, studded leather armor? Yeah, okay. So if you uncheck it, your AC is a 10. You do not have a dex modifier. So it's 10 plus
Oh.
dex.
Okay, well.
You have the lowest. Well, I mean, aside from a negative modifier, you have the lowest dex possible. You have a 0 modifier. So.
Okay.
But if you wear your leather armor, you'll be able to get your +2
yeah.
12. I think you have it on right now, right?
And her mage armor only gives her a 3, so it just gives her
her
one
mage
extra.
armor is a 13 plus dex.
Oh, okay.
So it would be without the leather armor, it would be 10 plus that 13.
10 plus 3.
Oh, 10 plus 3.
So it would just be 13.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you basically with your mage armor you get a +1 overall.
Oh, okay. Alrighty.
Taking off leather armor does take time during combat. So I just want you to know that because donning and doffing armor takes time.
Okay. How long does the mage armor last? Like when I cast it?
8 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. So light armor takes 1 minute to take off and put on.
So that would be 6 rounds during fight.
10 rounds.
10 rounds?
Yes.
Oh.
Each round is 10 seconds.
Well, I mean, I guess I'll just cast it now just to have it in case we go into battle.
All right, cool. Yeah. All right. So, as you guys are walking, Moonchild, you take a break from your Taraka card readings. You to spend a minute taking off your studded leather armor. Go ahead and click the mage armor, and you spend one of your spell slots.
Yeah.
One of your first level spell slots, casting mage armor. You watch as she touches kind of her arms and legs, and there's like a shimmer, and it's that same sort of like plating scaling that you saw that the elves did to themselves, kind of like ching connect over her body, and you feel yourself a little bit more just sturdy, more defensive. Awesome. Okay, so back to Deca. Sorry about that, Deca. Yeah, so you see a man in the trees. You notice him because he's pretty stealthy at the moment. So you don't really see his face. It's cloaked in a hood, and his cloak is kind of like merged into the tree line. What you do notice, I think the most crucial thing you notice is that he has very startling emerald green eyes, which really sticks out from all like the vegetation. You know, nothing kind of sparkles as much as his green eyes. And as you guys approach that bend, so the bend is here. It's like makes an L shape. He's at the L. He's at the L. As you guys start to approach there, you see that his eyes start to track you as you move towards him.
I'm gonna say beautiful eyes, and then pretend like he's not there.
As you say
Who you
beautiful
talking to?
eyes, yeah, Irina snaps her head. She goes, are you okay?
Yeah, this guy behind the tree. He's got beautiful green eyes, like an emerald.
At that, Irina kind of freezes, and her hand kind of on reflex goes to where her rapier used to be. And then she finds that. Did you give her anything, Ben?
Yeah, you did. You gave her the sword, or no? No, you didn't. What's wrong with you?
So Irina realizes that she grasps air, and she looks down, and you can see her face kind of pale a little bit. And as she whispers to you, Deca, she kind of stops a little. She goes, does he look, dangerous?
He looks not very threatening. But the question is,
She
who is
kind of
he and
looks
is there
at you
more?
guys, and she goes,
Is she proficient in daggers?
No, I don't
You-
think so.
Are you
Can she
asking her
use
that?
a whip?
Well, I was asking you. Are you good with daggers, Irina?
No, I've been trained with a rapier. That's what most noble women are trained to use.
Well, what about
Yeah.
a whip? It's like a limp rapier.
That is not true in the slightest. I mean, I'll use whatever you give me, but I might not be good at it.
Yeah, give her one of your swords.
I got.
If you don't have anything, I can just let her borrow my
I got a dagger and I got a heavy crossbow. Which one you want?
I'll take the dagger then.
Alright.
I'll add the
I'm keep.
dagger to.
I'll just give her the one that doesn't have the rope tied to it, so she don't have to worry about throwing it.
Okay. Dagger is a +1 to hit. She's not proficient. That's 1d4 +1.
What about
piercing
the
damage.
chromium staff? Would that be better, or I don't know?
She's still gonna roll with disadvantage either way.
Oh, okay.
It does do more damage, but again, both will roll with disadvantage.
Mm.
She has a +1 to her dex modifier. None of you guys bothered training her in anything, so she only knows how to do healing stuff.
Oh.
None of you
Learn
guys
to
trained
do
her in
that.
combat. You guys,
Does she have any heals on her, or?
no, if you remember,
Everything was in the
all
bag
her
of holding.
Well, for her, all of her stuff was confiscated. You guys got lucky that they didn't confiscate all your items.
Yeah, the bag of holding didn't have the heals in it, but they did take her shit. Yeah.
They
I
took
thought
all
it
her
had
shit.
extra med kits in it.
I checked the actual log.
I don't think so.
It's just rope in there and some armor in the bags.
Oh wait, that means I get to delete it.
Rest in peace, 4,000 gold.
You did not put 4,000 gold in that.
No,
Well,
but
it's
that's what it's worth.
I thought you were saying you put your money in the.
No, it's worth 4,000 gold plus another. It's more like 8,000 gold with everything in it.
It's worth quite a lot of money. So you guys are kind of paused in the road at the moment, having a whispered conversation. You guys want to call out to the man or something? Because right now, Deca, out of corner of your eye, you're kind of, making sure that you can still see him. He hasn't moved or anything.
Can I do
But
an
you can see
Arcana
that
check
his-
to see if he's like magical or anything?
remember, Arcana check doesn't tell if it's magic or not. Arcana check is an understanding of magic. Unless he's visibly spewing magic, there's no way for you to detect magic without using the spell detect magic. So currently standing where you're standing, you don't get a sense of any magic. Yeah, I kind of let you guys slide with that Arcana.
So Arcana isn't to detect anything. It's just to find, like, if you if we have to learn something related to magic, like if she had to read an Arcana book or something, she would roll
or if
Arcana.
you saw runes on the ground or magical tomes or
Gotcha.
ancient artifacts, Arcana is an understanding of magic, not the ability to detect magic. Otherwise, the spell detect magic would be useless.
Okay.
So, just from where you're standing, you don't, Moonchild, you cast your eyes around to look around. You don't see any arcane runes. You don't see any magical shimmerings or anything at the moment. Honestly, it looks like you guys are in a very nice section of the woods with a lot of light. The ground seems to be well maintained. Other than this man, everything seems to be kind of chill.
Should we talk to him? Should we call out to him?
Deco, what does he look like?
I don't know. Wait here. I'll walk up to him.
That's not a great
As you start
plan.
to walk up to him and approach him, he makes the first movement. He kind of just stands up straight, and after a few moments, there's a rustling as he just straights up, steps out of the tree line, and removes the hood off his face, and he goes, "Hail! May I take a moment of your time?"
Sure. What is it?
As you kind of look at him now with his hood off, you see a pale-faced gray man with his face is very angular. He has pointed elven ears and these dark green emerald eyes. His hair is kind of shiny and greasy, and it's slicked into like a Chinese man bun with like an ornate needle, like poking through the middle. He's adorned under his cloak. You can see that he has on this stylish red and black coat over what looks like leather armor trimmed by wolf fur. The cloak itself covers most of his body, but you can notice this curved scimitar hanging off of his left hip. He gives a smile and kind of regally bows to you and goes, "I take it that the fair lady, Miss Irina Kolyanovich, is within your company."
Becca?
Or Irina can answer, but I'm gonna let Deca have a chance.
I'll let Irina.
That's me.
Irina looks up and kind of snaps her head up and goes, "I'm her. What is it that you want?" The man gives a very deep bow, and he kind of ignores Moonchild and Ben, and honestly, Deca really, and he just kind of addresses Irina and goes, "I am Rahadin of the court of Lord Strahd von Zarovich, chief advisor and head general of the land. I've come to inquire about Miss Kolyanovich and offer protection, given what has occurred within the walled cities of Valaki. Should you, milady, request it, Lord Strahd is ready and willing to protect you from those who would do you harm." And his eyes kind of flick over to the group. He kind of looks over at Baha, he looks at Ben, he looks at Moonchild, he looks at Deca, and you can see there's like a mix of disgust and sort of like, "You're traveling with these guys?" And he goes, "From what I can gather, given everything that has occurred, you are not exactly in the safest of company."
Strahd. Aren't we trying to kill that guy?
Irina does kind of square her shoulder and goes, "Yes, from what I have gathered, Strahd hasn't exactly been our ally." And at that, Rahadin kind of gives "I think you misunderstand, my lord."
I think all the dead bodies he left in the city before the riots started would disagree with you.
"Oh, you believe that the vampire spawned respond to him, and him only. If I recall correctly, he killed some of them to protect Milady." In fact, if I remember correctly, he told me he offered her a rose that she rejected.
He killed innocents in a church.
Yes, and if I remember correctly, those innocents attacked him.
No.
No?
He attacked first.
You see Rahadin look to the sky almost as if like praying for patience, and he goes, "Really? And what would you say of the armored knights that tried to strike him down? Or that
They were
dragonborn that got in his way?"
Got in his way and
Self-defense?
attacking are two different things. And yes, that could also be self-defense as well, defending the city that they love and grew up in.
Exactly.
I'm sure
You
you would have
loved your
done the
city,
same.
and Lord Strahd came to assist you, if I remember correctly.
Assist us
killed
or try to burn
some
the
of
bones
the-
of Andro.
The bones of Saint Andro. He kind of makes a face and goes, "What worth are the bones of Saint Andro? They're bones. They mean
And-
nothing to the Lord.
If they meant nothing, why did he have to burn them?
Show of strength, show of power. Your faith in your saints and your morning lord is unfounded. You should put
I'm
strength in the one
so
that actually rules this.
confused by this guy. He works for the devil.
Yes.
Why
I
are
am
we
his
even
chief
entertaining
advisor.
anything he's saying?
Yeah,
You
you're
should
kind of
be
just in our
pretending.
way. You're just delaying us right now.
All right, let's keep going.
You watch it, he kind of turns to Irina and ignores all of you and goes, "Milady, do these goons speak for you?" And at that, Irina does kind of pause, because... And he kind of looks at you and goes, "They don't exactly speak for me, but they are my allies." And she kind of like looks at you and goes, "Sorry, but you have no status within Barovia." She straightens herself up, and the sort of weak and nervous girl that you know before, kind of that image kind of drops a little bit as she kind of puts on like this aura of a noble woman. She holds her head high and she goes, "Let me entertain this offer, Rahadin. What exactly is it that you want?" And Rahadin shrugs and goes, "Like I said, Lord Strahd offers protection from the creatures of this land. I doubt that you can move freely here without the occasional werewolf attack, monster attack, skeletal creatures, zombies, creatures of the dark. Lord Thrash simply offers an item, a pendant, that shall protect you from these dangers."
Wait, so you're not the protector? A rock is. And you're calling us weak?
You
What
see
the hell?
Rahadin smile at you and goes, "Young man, I have lived 10 times your lifetimes.
Yeah, old geezer.
I would recommend you not be so rude. There
I
is court
recommend
within
you not be so
Barovia."
rude.
Rahadin shrugs and goes, "Your voice means nothing. You're a pathetic little man, and you have no power within Barovia."
Little, maybe.
He
Pathetic,
turns
maybe.
back to Irina, completely ignoring you, and goes, "Are you still entertaining my offer, milady, or would you let these..." And he kind of stops and goes, "I have nothing to even call them. Ants, I suppose. Would you let these ants speak for
We're
you, or would
Ant-Man.
you at least look at the offer?" She looks at you guys, and actually,
Well, I
here's a
think you should
chance for
take
you
the
guys to
rock.
try to... Here's a chance for you guys to kind of influence at her, and she looks a little bit shocked, a little bit surprised, but she does keep her head high because she is a noble woman of Barovia, and in fact, she is... You could... Her position is basically like a princess because she is in the second largest city within Barovia. And she looks at you and goes, "Well, what would you guys think I should do?"
I think you should
I
take
think
the
it's a
rock
trap.
and hit the old geezer.
There's no guarantee whatever he has is going to actually help or protect.
Could be a tracking device.
And even if it does,
Could be magical other senses too.
yeah.
But
And
what
even if
if
it does.
what? Look, let's. What about the other side of the argument? What if it does help? No offense, but she kind of like moves away from Rahadin and kind of whispers. She goes, I mean, Baha has lycanthropy. So does Ben. We don't even know that if they could control the power when it happens.
I think we
Got lucky
control it
last
back
time.
there.
I think she should take the rock.
We got lucky last time, Ben. Let's be honest. You attacked us the previous time you transformed, and every night something happens to you and Baha.
Well, that's why we're gonna go get the root and we're gonna fix the problem.
And you think we're gonna be fine just going across Barovia? No magical items.
I
We
think
you said it yourself. We lost the bag of holding and everything within it.
I wanted to go
right.
back and
Take
get
the rock. If it protects us, it protects us. If not, we can ditch it when we're done with the mission.
She slowly starts to nod.
it.
She goes, yeah.
Wait,
Alright,
I
well-
want to examine it first, like do an investigation, I guess.
She goes, okay, yeah, once he hands it over, I can let you investigate it. So she's gonna straighten up, and then she turns to Rahadin.
I don't
And
like
she
that she's
said-
touch it.
She says, if I accept this offer, what exactly is it that you're providing? And Rahadin, you can see that he has a smile, and he gives another very deep bow. He goes, it is but a small gift, milady. Lord Strahd has offered you, and from within his cloak, he kind of moves it to the side. You guys see a satchel, and he reaches it within, and he kind of whips it out. First, he produces this massive bouquet of roses and beautiful glittering, this massive bouquet of roses.
What is it?
And you guys can like look at it and see, looking at the satchel, I mean, you guys have seen a satchel like this before. It's a bag of holding. And he offers and goes, first, before he gives you the necklace, he has tasked me with providing you this bouquet of roses.
She'd appreciate
And
that
then-
bag of holding more.
He looks at you, goes, right, would you like to buy it? And then you can see his face start to smirk, and he chuckles. He goes,
How much?
Oh, as if you can afford it, you poor boy.
Think of,
I can give you the running price of
I'm glad I stopped
4,000
myself
gold
from saying
pieces. But because you have been such a rude group of people, 5,000 gold pieces and the bag of holding is yours.
There is a way to get it for free.
Oh, really? You really? And he smiles and he looks at you, and there's this challenge in his eyes. Deca, he goes, and exactly how are you going to get it for free?
I'm sure you could imagine.
I can imagine your dead body with my blade through your neck. And he just smiles. He keeps his very like confident smile, and he says, and then he ignores you. He turns to you and goes, "My lady, would you like the roses from the Lord?" Do you guys have anything to say to her? Otherwise, I'm
What are
gonna
the
roll to
roses
see what
gonna
she
do? We're
decides.
not here for this.
I mean, they.
Okay.
Who knows what? I don't trust
I
anything
mean, I
this
could
guy
try
gives
to
her.
pickpocket him.
Well, not while he's looking at you.
Well, he
He's looking
turned
at
though.
you straight
He
in the
turned.
face.
But
I
then
mean-
he turned to
No, you guys are like standing right, like he's right here. You
We're
guys
all
are, like,
next to each other.
Yeah, it's, you didn't tell me you were flanking or anything. Like,
Oh, I thought I was on the like other side of it. Like he walked past me to talk to the group since I had
no.
walked up
So
to
if
him.
I remember, I said that he stood at the L curve. You guys are approaching, and he's just stepped right out of the curve. As soon as you called out to him and started approaching him, he stepped right out and stood right in front of you.
That's how Zuko smells.
So do you guys have anything to say about
what I smell.
the roses?
Um,
Looking at the roses, just looking at the roses. So he's about 10, 15 feet away. Just looking at the roses, they look like normal roses.
Well, it doesn't sound. That doesn't sound pleasant. Can I do a check on him?
You can roll a visual, like a nature check with disadvantage because you're not like holding them or anything. You're just looking at them. If you want, you can roll a visual nature check with disadvantage. You're just looking at the roses. He's offering them to Irina, but she hasn't made a move to go grab them right now.
I'll do that, but while I do that, I want to ask Irina if she knows anything about potential threats when it comes to like flowers and stuff.
We would have to
Irina
do a
kinda gives
nature roll.
Nature.
with disadvantage.
Oh, never mind.
You're just kind of looking at it from a
Oh.
distance.
Nice.
Got 17.
With your limited knowledge, and with a little bit of Irina sort of like notes, she says, "Well, from what I know, obviously there are plants that you can use to make herbs and potions and poisons, but with her help, she kind of points it out. The stems are a little bit long, but I don't know. Maybe Strahd isn't exactly a horticulturist. I don't
Then
see.
again, let's think about this. Let's think about what he said.
I don't see a tyrant of the land, being a florist. So they look normal, and Ben, to you, they look like normal roses.
Everything?
I'm also remembering something where Strahd had said that he never wanted to force her hand, that he never wanted to do anything to make her do something forcefully. So why would there be something on the roses for her to do something?
Moonchild, yes, you remember precisely that.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to hurt her, obviously, and he definitely doesn't want to force her into anything. He's just being like, look what I can offer you, like that simpy guy that's like, look, I can give you all these things.
And Irina does give you a pained expression. Goes, you're telling me that the lord of the land is trying to court me, like flirt.
Yes.
And you can also see Rahadin has like a small smirk and goes, "Milady, even the most powerful of men will fall for a woman."
Must be nice.
And he kind of shakes the bouquet of flowers at you. Not shake, but he kind of like gestures. Would you accept it before the gift? And Irina looks back at you, Moonchild, because you're the only two women. Baha.
Why does she need to accept the flowers before the
I mean,
gift?
they're not. I don't think they're gonna do anything. He's not trying to hurt her. He's not trying to do anything to her.
Rahadin rolls his eyes and goes, "Young man, I am going to assume you know nothing of women. These are called gifts to win her heart. If she does not take them, fine, but he will be disappointed." And Irina's now going to address the other woman in the group. She's going to look at Moonchild and goes, "Moonchild? I've had, crushes in the village, but no one has given me such beautiful roses before."
Yes, I will give you that. But we also have to remember what kind of man what kind of man he is. I say take him. I don't think there are any harm.
Hurt me yet.
No.
He hurt Baha.
He doesn't give a shit about Baha. That's the thing. He doesn't care.
He made Baha
If you remember, Baha
kill
kinda,
his crush.
Baha got in his way. Baha put himself between Irina, and then he was basically like, "Get out of my way, and by the way, kill her, because fuck you."
Yeah, pretty much. Like, this guy, he's that guy where he's an asshole to everybody else. He will slaughter all people, but then there's his boo. He'll do anything for her.
Dekka, while they're talking at the moment, are you trying to sneak around him, or are you just kind of staying there?
I'll just stay.
Okay, cool. So you stay there as Irina goes, "So I'll just take the flowers?"
Yeah.
And you can see that her cheeks are getting a little bit red because she's like,
this bitch.
it is kind of strange. And they are very beautiful flowers. She's
Wait,
gonna
can I
go.
whisper something to her?
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Whatever.
So are you telling me we're trying to kill your future husband?
I don't know what he wants. I mean,
So is he evil or not? I'm so confused.
I thought he was, because everybody assumes everything bad is because of him.
Just because a man gives
Wait,
you
so
flowers
has he
doesn't mean
actually
he's
done
nice.
anything to anyone, or are we just assuming he's the
He
devil?
killed a bunch of innocents at the church.
Well,
Did he?
And then Irina goes.
I don't know.
Well, Irina goes.
We don't
"Well,"
actually know.
Guys, it's just flowers. That is it. He is not. She is not.
Irina turns turns to you, Deck, and goes, well, if you remember, the Vistani just said that he was a deadbeat landlord. And if you guys do recall that, like, the Vistani basically just called him a landlord that, like, owns the place but doesn't really do anything.
Wait,
He just
so
kinda,
what
like,
if you
just
married
owns the
him and
place.
wore the pants in the relationship and fixed all the towns that he owns?
Oh, no, hold on. I have to at least get to know him.
What the?
Why are
Obviously.
we even talking about this?
Because he might not be the devil.
Look,
He's just
the
a man
reason-
with a lot of land.
the
And
reason
this
that
guy's
this-
just like, what the fuck?
Rahadin is
Lazier
just
than the old
standing there,
geezer in front of us.
like, Rahadin is just standing there with a smirk on his face, but he's just being quiet. And Irina goes, look, Ismark hired you to take me to a safe place because we assumed that the wolf attacks were because of Lord Strahd.
That
We
makes
never had any
sense, though.
evidence.
Right. So Strahd might not even be the devil. People just call him that for absolutely no reason. They
Well-
need something to blame, and it's easy to blame someone you never see.
Look, but on the other hand, my father did lead a rebellion against him, and kind of died because of it.
Why
That's
do you
true.
lead the rebellion against him?
Well,
He also
at the
got
time,
the priest in your town killed.
Strahd didn't
We
kill
did
him.
that.
We did that.
But why
If I
did-
remember correctly?
But why
you
did
guys attacked him?
we do that?
Yeah, I didn't
Because
support
Strahd turned his son into a vampire, which made him
Did he?
kill other townsfolk. No.
Did he though?
And Arena is gonna tell you. Well, you have to remember, Duru was part of the rebellion. He just got captured. If look, I look. He's supposed to be an evil man, but no one has actually talked to him. I don't
Right.
think.
So why are we just assuming he's the enemy when we could have a civil discussion with the man? I mean, obviously he's not going to just attack us if you're with us. If we could just talk to the man and see if we can all work together to make the cities better instead of having a fucking war, stealing magical weapons, almost getting caught and stuck in jail forever, burn down an entire city over a rebellion. It could have all been pointless.
That's the end of the campaign, guys.
And that Irina kind of shakes her head and goes, "Look, what? Did you want me to go eat dinner with him?"
Yes.
No! We
I
are
really
not
had to-
prepared for that fight if it breaks out.
Irina at this moment actually turns to Rod and goes, "Can I go and eat dinner with him?"
Oh my god. No!
We don't know that he's
I think
evil. We've
Deca
just
is
been
making a
told
lot of good
shit.
points.
He's not!
Rahan actually, for the first time, looks shocked and like confused, and he goes, "Milady wants to eat dinner with the Lord." And she goes, "No, I'm just, I don't know." And you watch as Rahan kind of backs up a little bit and goes,
My real question is, has Irina
up to him?
been on
We could
date
just
before?
ask him about all these rumors.
Is that why
and
she's
get
saying
it directly
this?
from the source. Like, hey, were you responsible for this vampire? I mean, it wouldn't make sense.
What
right? He knows
happened? We
where
can't just
Irina
go
is.
walking into enemy territory.
It's an invite. He already knows. Clearly, he knows where we are. If he has this old geezer giving us magic items to protect us on our journey,
They could have just
he
had
knows
him.
exactly where we're at.
He could have had people planted all around the city.
Yeah, he's got 100 people planted around the city with the same.
Probably
gems to give
he
each other when
owns
we
the
land
land.
anywhere. I don't know. About
Rahan
that.
does raise a quick hand and goes, "I will bring up the idea of a dinner to the Lord. Currently, he's, how you say, shy. And you can see this confusion about dinner is like really fucking with him. He's like, this has never happened before."
This
And
is
he
like
goes,
a Beauty and the Beast situation. Man is so misunderstood.
he goes, "If you desire, I could talk to the Lord about dinner." And
I mean, that's a lot easier.
He
than
didn't
talking.
act very shy when he waltzed into the church murdering people.
But we never saw that.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
We did not see Strahd murdering anyone.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did.
You didn't because you weren't paying attention that night.